Everybody has regrets. So in this video, I'm gonna lay it all out there and talk about the 4 biggest regrets that I've collected, I guess you could say, in my 25 years of being alive. I'm starting from smallest to largest. So, if you don't wanna watch the rest of them and just skip to number 1, just skip to the end of the video. Starting it off, my 4th biggest regret is not going to college. But you might say, did you just make a video saying how you don't have to go to college and society is gonna tell you that you have to? Well, I still think that's the truth, but the reason I regret not going, well, I guess there's 2 reasons. One is because my mom wanted me to go, right? She never told me why she wanted me to go. Maybe it's because, she never went and she wanted me to do better than she did. And I'm fairly certain it's because she wanted me to have a better life than she did, just like any normal parent would. The next reason I think is that my life would have been a little easier. Now, I'm not saying just because you go to college, life will be easier, like for certain and 100%. We've obviously seen people that go to college and they can't find a job in their field and they're working low-end jobs or whatever. And no disrespect to anybody working any low-end job. Like, I've worked low-end jobs like basically all my life. But I think if I went to college and I had some kind of, diploma behind me, finding a decent job would have been easier. Like, I look at it like this. I go to college and find a job making, say, 40 grand a year, which is no guarantee. Or I don't go and I work low-end jobs and I make like 25 grand a year. Like, I'm 25 years old and I've never made over 30 grand a year. Like I said, I'm gonna lay it all out there. So if you're 22 right now and you're working a low-end job, don't stress about it. Life is gonna come together eventually. Trust me on this one. The next one is stopping YouTube for the first time. But, this isn't the channel that you're thinking of. Like, I've spoken about my old gaming channel multiple times on this one. And, when I used to live stream and, stuff like that. But there's probably only a handful of people that know I had a stint on YouTube in 2012. Yeah, when Modern Warfare 3 was out, I was uploading gaming videos. Like, that was also when I was super fragile-minded and people used to make fun of my videos back then when we were in grade like 10 or whatever year that was. And at the time I didn't know how to handle criticism. So I stopped uploading videos and I deleted my channel. Like, I often look back and think about what if I had continued that channel. I don't remember how many subscribers I had or how many views I used to get. I'm pretty sure it was less than this channel now. But, you could say that I was early to uploading gaming videos on YouTube. Like, gaming videos on YouTube was in its infancy, and it's crazy to think that I started uploading videos in 2012 when I was 16. It always makes me wonder where I'd be if I kept going and I didn't care about the judgment. The funniest thing is that I remember my mom telling me to, keep uploading despite the criticism I was getting at school. And now looking back, like, I'm such an idiot for not listening to my mom, and instead I listened to some random people at school. Like, that was probably one of the stupidest things I've ever done. So, let this be a lesson for you right now. Like, if you're doing something right now and people, they're making fun of you or they're saying that, it's not gonna work, or this or that, whatever it is, just put your headphones on and keep doing what you're doing, because they have no idea. And, that's not saying, oh, I'd be living in a mansion right now and I'd have all this money and, stuff like that. To me, that doesn't mean anything to me. And obviously there's no guarantee. Maybe I'd be living in a mansion, but I'm like a crackhead or something like that, right? Obviously nobody really knows what can happen, but just keep that in mind. Like, if you're doing something and you believe in it, like, just keep doing it no matter who says what to you. That was one thing I wanted to make sure to put into this video, because like, I always think about it. Like, I started uploading videos in 2012 on YouTube. And I'm not saying that's the, just because I uploaded from 2012 that I would have been this big YouTuber and this and that. Nothing in life is guaranteed except death and taxes, but like, I was early to it. And at the time, like I said, I was fragile-minded and I just cared more about what people had to say than me actually uploading videos. So anyway, if there's one thing that you take away from this one, just if you believe in something, just do it. I'm not gonna say anything else about it. My next biggest regret is wasting time after high school. a good video to watch to complement this one is the high school one I just recently made, talking about what matters and what doesn't matter after high school, which you can watch up here. I'm pretty sure it's this side. But you know, in that video, I said that I just feel like I wasted all my time after graduating. Like, in case you didn't know, the 3 to 7 year window after you graduate are some of the most important years in your life. And you know, that's not saying that other years aren't important. Obviously, every year in your life is important, but I feel like those 3 to 7 years after you graduate are, you know, pretty important. It's either you go down the correct career path or you fall into a life-sucking abyss. Like, obviously people switch careers, so I'm in no way saying that whatever you choose at 18 is what you have to do for the rest of your life. But I urge you to not do what I did. Like, I basically told everybody I didn't know what I was gonna do, and I thought that it would, you know, I thought it would come to me sooner or later. And I mean, it did, but imagine where I'd be if I started this whole making videos thing when I was 18. Like, I'd be 7 years into my career by now, and probably further in my career by now. But, you know, like I said before, nothing is guaranteed. Maybe I could have been on set at work one day and I could have died, right? But we obviously would never know that. So if you're in the process of choosing a career right now, I would tell you to take it seriously and don't think that it'll just fall into your lap. But that also doesn't mean that it can't change later. So take it seriously. Don't just, like, you know, nonchalantly, okay, yeah, sure, whatever, I'll just do this. Like, put some thought into it. My last and biggest regret is not spending enough time with my mom. Now, I shouldn't say enough because we did spend time together, but I guess I should say more. But then again, I feel like everybody says that after somebody that they know passes away, so maybe it's just that, like, cliche thing, but that's definitely my biggest regret. Like, the funniest part is I never liked taking pictures. Like, when I was young, I didn't like it. When I was a teenager, I didn't like it. And to be honest, I still don't like it. I mean, I guess I should clarify and say that I don't like taking pictures when I'm in the picture. Like, I take pictures of other people, I'll take pictures of landscapes, I'll take pictures of, you know, everything. But when I'm in the picture, I don't know, for whatever reason, I just don't like it. Anyway, I remember it was the night of our prom and I was going with my girl and my mom wanted to take this picture. I'm gonna put it on the screen somewhere right now. And I fully and distinctly remember not wanting to. Like, I was this stubborn 18-year-old kid that, you know, didn't want to take pictures with his mom, right? Because, you know, you wanted to seem like you were big and, you know, you're this adult now, and clearly you're not an adult. But little did I know, a few short years later, I'll be looking back on this photo with my mom no longer here, and I can't express how glad I am that she made me take this picture, no matter how much I complained that I didn't want to. Kids, if you're listening, just listen to your parents. They're smarter than you and they know better than you, although I think that's just another way of saying they're smarter than you. But you know, you get what I mean. Your parents only want what's the best for you, no matter how bad or terrible their idea may seem when it comes to going to college, uploading YouTube videos, or even something as simple as taking a picture on the night of your prom. And as always, thanks for watching.